Hey Gina, what are you making today?
I'm making baked spaghetti squash.
Spaghetti squash? I didn't know there was such a thing.
There is, and it's wonderful. You can make it to taste like spaghetti, and you have a lot less carbohydrates and a lot less calories, plus a lot of extra nutrition. First thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna stab it. First thing we're gonna do is we are going to poke it with a fork. This is a new trick I learned to make it easier to cut later. So we poke a few holes with the fork, and then I'm gonna stick it in the microwave for 3 minutes just to soften it up a little bit so it'll be easier to cut in half. High for 3 minutes.
3 minutes later.
The hardest part about making spaghetti squash is actually cutting the spaghetti squash in half. I probably could have done it for maybe go 4 or 5 minutes, possibly.
2.
Oh my goodness, this is tons easier. Because like I say, the hardest part is actually cutting your spaghetti squash. So altogether, I had about 5.5 minutes.
But when they take it out, it's going to be really hot.
Oh, it's going to be really hot. You're going to need some gloves and a really sharp knife. There we go. Once you cut it in half, you're going to want to scoop out the seeds, kind of like when you carve a pumpkin. Get a spoon. Once the seeds are taken out, you need to put them in a microwave-safe dish. And you need to put water in that Pyrex. About a cup of water here. And then you're going to microwave this for 15 more minutes. You can put just spaghetti sauce on your spaghetti squash and call it good and eat it. But I like making baked spaghetti squash the same way you would make baked spaghetti. And to stretch it even further with more vegetables, I like to saute onions and mushrooms. I know I have onions in the pan, but I just love onion powder. And so I'm gonna put a little onion powder as well. And it helps the mushrooms really pick up that phenomenal onion flavor. And if you really like a little bit of heat in your food, we'll add a little bit of red pepper in there too. Just a smidge. You know that the mushrooms and onions are done when the onions get translucent and the mushrooms get soft. And so right here, we're just about done.
And now the moment of truth, Gina.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. Now it's time to shred the spaghetti squash into spaghetti-like strands. Flip it over. And watch out, it's very hot. and it's just so tender. It falls apart super easily. And look, it looks like spaghetti. And you want to pull the spaghetti wash strands all the way from the skin, so you get as much strands as possible. When you make baked spaghetti, it can be 100% vegan by using a marinara sauce as well as using vegan cheese. You can make it vegetarian while using a marinara sauce and mozzarella cheese, or you can make it for meat lovers and add meatballs as well as mozzarella and sauce. We love the frozen Italian meatballs at Costco, and that's what these are.
How long you put them in there for?
I don't have to cook them all the way, so I just want them not to be frozen so they're easy to cut in half. So I'm gonna go maybe just a minute. Okay. And now's the fun part, putting all the ingredients together. So you need to get a clean Pyrex dish, and you're gonna wanna spray it with some olive oil spray or any cooking spray. And then the mushrooms and onions that were sauteed. Next up is putting in your favorite spaghetti sauce. Now there's 5 servings in this jar, and I'm going to be using 4 out of the 5 servings, because what I'm trying to do today is not only make a delicious recipe full of vegetables, I'm going to want to make this meal be about 400 calories. And I have figured out that this will make 4 meals with 2 meatballs in each one, a half cup of mozzarella cheese in each serving, 90 calories worth of sauce, 30 calories worth of olive oil that I used when I stir-fried the mushroom and onion, and about 25 calories worth of Parmesan cheese. And that comes up to 397 calories per each serving.
That's pretty close, Gina.
Yeah. And this meal, you get a lot of volume plus a lot of flavor. Fresh basil is one of the secret ingredients that truly makes this recipe sing. Next up is the meatballs. Now you could just put the meatballs big in there, but I like to cut mine up so that way more bites of my food have meatballs in it. So I'm gonna cut each meatball into 4 pieces. Next, Parmesan cheese. I'm going to be putting 5 tablespoons on here. And next we're going to add a package of mozzarella cheese. This has 8 servings of 80 calories each, but we have enough to make it extra cheesy. So we're gonna have 2 servings on each of our quadrants here. And then next, we're gonna bake this in the oven for 30 minutes on 350 degrees. And then we'll have 4 meals ready to eat.
30 minutes later. So is it time?
It's time! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it smells so good in this kitchen. Look at that, Jeff.
Beautiful. And how much do I get?
You get 1/4 of this entire giant tray.
And 1/4 of that is 400, almost 400 calories?
Yep, 397 calories.
That's pretty good. Thanks, Gina.
That'll work great on our 4-4-4 meal plan of 400 calories, 4 meals a day. Vegging out. Thanks for watching. Please click to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when we post new Anchor Moments videos.